Dylan Raiola is going to wear Marcus Mariota's number 8 at Oregon. Let's talk about why this is significant, how Dylan Raiola went about securing the opportunity to wear this jersey, and what this says about how he is entering at Oregon and how he hopes to finish. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If you're into that, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question in the comments below. Do you think that players should be allowed to wear respected, retired jersey numbers across the country? This has been an interesting discussion, as the retired jersey is absolutely, positively one of the coolest things that can happen to an athlete in sports. And feelings are mixed about who gets to wear that number, if ever again. Retiring a jersey number usually means removing it from consideration from a player who selects it. So, for instance, one of the loud conversations this week during a loud conversation about college basketball, actually, is around Matt Leinart, who said he is not willing to allow any USC player to wear his retired number 11 unless they are his kids. And one of the reasons that he cites is, I'm not going to unretire my 11 just so some guy can wear it and then transfer to another school. Some of this has to do with Matt Leinart is one of the best players to ever play at USC and has a really good argument for being its best quarterback, alongside many other great quarterbacks. USC, as you know, has put out outstanding number of football players. Why Matt Leinart decided to go there. Also in here is pride. I did what no one else did or could have done, or only if you had done. And that is why my jersey number is retired. Why would I unretire it for a person that has not proven that they've done a damn thing at this school, which is also a very good argument. For those of us that play or played athletics, our jersey numbers are our identity. They are as important to us as our last names, as our first names. In some respects, it's the only way to identify a player. At Notre Dame, for instance, you don't have a last name unless, they make a special dispensation. The jersey number itself for many years and many games is how you are identified. And saying that you are number one, that matters. A single digit is sacred in all sports. The number 10 is the talisman in soccer. To be a single digit playing on defense, let alone on defensive line, right? That is a signifier for many that you are one of them ones. That's what it means. Single digit, individual. It is one of the coolest things in the world to secure that number, especially if it's one that you've been playing with your whole life. Like Baker Mayfield played with number 6. And he'd been a 6 everywhere he'd been, made a natural. It's natural that he would take that jersey number wherever he goes because he had it since he played running back as a kid. I also think it's important to note here that sometimes jersey numbers are assigned, right? And when you are just on the team for the first time, unless you are a standout player, they just give you a jersey number, and that ends up being what you are. Sometimes you get some outlandish things, like Devin Brown wearing 33 at Ohio State as a quarterback. Just didn't feel right, didn't look right, and certainly didn't play right for him. Being a 12, that's Tom Brady's number, right? These things matter. They 100% do. The 44 for me is massive, right? Hank Aaron, Lewis Hamilton, among others, right? I think the double digit, 22, 11, 33, 55, Jerry Ostrowski's number, shout out to the homie. These matter, right? I mean, Jerry Ostrowski's number was retired at TU, and he unretired it for his son, Owen. I love that. Marcus Mariota, though, has apparently had a different thought about who's wearing his number. Dylan Gabriel got to wear it after asking for permission to do it, and now Dylan Raiola gets to wear it after asking for permission to do it. I think as we are getting closer and closer to college football season, and we're wondering just what it is that some players like Dylan Raiola still have to offer the sport, this is a good indication, right? Dan Lanning has said, look, he's also coming back from recovering from, breaking his leg, and he's pushing and he's learning a new system and he's going about it the right way. And Dan Lanning has shown that he can take a project like Dylan Raiola and turn him into a player. Now, some people are going to look to Dante Moore as the best example for this, and I get it. Dante Moore was a starter at UCLA as a true freshman, lots of pomp circumstances, has all the tools, didn't go well. Chip Kelly no longer wanted to be a head coach. Dante Moore goes in the portal and comes out of Oregon, mostly because he could sit behind Dylan Gabriel, who had shown he could do this at Central Florida, at Oklahoma, and now Oregon. But before that, I like to point out that Bo Nix was damaged goods at Auburn before he was good at Oregon, which goes to show that environment really does matter for bringing out some of the best talent in a very talented player. Bo Nix was highly rated coming out of high school. So was Dante Moore. Both of those guys turned out to be just outstanding quarterbacks with Dan Lanning as their head coach. Whatever it is that Lanning is teaching and whatever environment he's putting around those guys, it is working. And I think this is another indication. Raiola asked first Dylan Gabriel if he could wear it because he's the last person that got to wear it, and then asked Mariota. And I love that Mariota wants to see the number in circulation because it doesn't take away from what Marcus Mariota accomplished as a Heisman winner at Oregon. If anything, it reminds people just how good Marcus Mariota was as his memory begins to fade, as those of us that were old enough to experience it and remember it no longer talk about it, and as a new generation comes along. I've always thought that having a retired jersey is cool, and I think that I would do what Marcus Mariota is doing, because keeping your number present is keeping your name present, is keeping your history present. Generally speaking, if a jersey is retired, nobody wears it, the only thing you do is look up at the rafters every now and again and you go, oh, that's why nobody's wearing 10, or that's why nobody's wearing 2. You don't think, oh, I wonder what that person's story is. You don't think, let me go consult the Googles to find out just what this guy did. You see it on the field, and then the broadcasters get to tell you the story, which is what you want. I imagine, Gus Johnson and Joel Klatt talking about Dylan Raiola wearing this number in 2027, 2028, and going, Marcus Mariota was one of the best players that college football has ever seen, and he was cool enough to let Dylan Raiola come out here wearing this number, and look at Dylan Raiola spin it. That's what you want. That's the desire. You want to be in people's heads, especially as Marcus Mariota's NFL career has not been as good as his college football career. I'm also very much impressed that Dylan Raiola wanted this pressure, right, to wear the number, and was respectful enough to ask the right people at the right times if he could do it, even though he hasn't done a damn thing in Oregon. This is very cool, and I hope to see more of this and less of the latter. I like to see jersey numbers worn. I like to see stories getting told.